Good day. We're going to go over your Chapter 2 Multiply Whole Numbers Chapter Test Study Guide. Section 1, Short Answers. We're going to find each product mentally. Now, because you can't see what's going on in my brain, I am going to write out what I would do, but on your test, you do not have to. All right, so when you have numbers that end in zeros, you can simply multiply the first two numbers, in this case 6 times 4 equals 24, and then add the zeros at the end. So there would be 3 zeros. So this would be 24,000. Question 2, same similar problem. 7 times 8 would be 56. And then we're going to take these zeros because that's at the end of the number and there's no other numbers but zeros. And we can add them to the end. 1, 2, 3. And that would be 56,000. Okay, number 3. We're going to convert this to an actual number in our head. 10 to the 5th power is a 1 with 5 zeros. So this would be what the problem is. Any power of 10 is a 1 with the exponent would be the number of zeros it has. So in this case, we're going to do 3 times 1. That's 3. And then we're going to add all of these zeros, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3. So that's 300,000. Now, another way to solve this problem, maybe even a preferable way to solve this problem, would be 3 with a decimal point, and you're going to move the decimal point 5 spaces to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now the decimal point will be here and not here. And then we fill in with zeros. Again, it will give you the same answer. All right, number 4. We're going to convert this 10 to the 4th power to be a 1 with 4 zeros times 5. So it would be 5 with 4 zeros. And that means the comma's here, which would be 50,000. Or I have 5, and it's a whole number, which means the decimal point would be at the very end. And I'm going to move the decimal point over 4 spaces because it's 10 to the 4th power, and that's a positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now my decimal point's here, it's no longer here, and then I add zeros accordingly. You can do both methods. All right, next question, question number 5. Estimate by rounding or using compatible numbers, then solve. Okay, so our answers are going to vary. For our estimate. So this means that your answer may not be the same as my answer and that there is more than one correct answer when you estimate. All right. So you could use compatible numbers or you could use where you could round. I think I am going to round. I'm going to do 70 times 50, and that will give me 35 with 2 zeros. So that would end up being 3,500. Here are my 2 zeros. I'm going to put them down here and do 5 times 7. So 35 with 2 zeros gives me 3,500. Now we're going to actually solve. It says then solve. So we're going to have 74 times 40 9. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 7 is 63, 64, 65, 66. I cross out the 9 because I'm done with it. I add a 0. 4 times 4 is 16, carry the 1. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 1 is 29. Now I'm going to add. 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12, carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 6 is 16. 2 plus 1 is 3. And then I'm going to add my comma right here. And my actual answer is 3,626, which is very close to my estimate. So hopefully my answer is correct. Alrighty, moving on. Question number 6. Again, we need to estimate and then we need to find a product. Okay, estimating. I'm going to round because I'm not really seeing, I mean, I'm sure you could see some compatible numbers here, but I'm just going to round. Okay, we're going to make this 600 times 30. Okay, because the 8's going to make the 5 a 6, and the 7 is going to make the 2 a 3. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, and 3 times 6 is 18. And then I'm going to put a comma there. So I have 18,000 as my estimate. All right, let's multiply times 27. All right, 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 8 is 56, 57, 58. 7 times 5 is 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. All right, I am done multiplying by 7. I add a 0 as a placeholder, and don't forget the 0 as a placeholder. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 8 is 16, carry the 1. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 1 times 1 plus 0 is 1. 8 plus 6 is 14, carry the 1. 6 plus 0 plus 1 is 7. 4 plus 1 is 5, and nothing plus 1 is 1. And then I add my comma, so I have 15,741. And it does seem, you know, we are a couple thousand off, like 2,300 off, I guess. Something like that, a little less than that. But in the grand scheme of things, this is relatively close. So this is a good estimate. All right, next problem. Number 7. Write the product of 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 using exponents. Well, the factor is the base, so 4 is going to be our base, and then we have to count how many times it was a factor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was used 7 times. And good for us, they didn't actually ask us to solve it, so that's nice. So we can move on. Number 8, each side of a cube is the same length. To find the volume, multiply the length times the width times the height. What is the volume of the box if A is 7 inches? All right, so volume equals length times width times height. And in this case, it's a cube, so it's just 7 inches, 7 inches and 7 inches. So the volume equals 7 inches times 7 inches times 7 inches. The volume equals 7 inches, 7 inches cubed. And I'm noticing a little bit of error here. Sorry, this is feet cubed. It should say inches cubed. Sorry about that. I just noticed that. All right, so it would be 7 inches cubed. Okay, and I think that's it. Okay. I'm trying to think if I need to do anything else here. And I guess we could figure it out. 7 times 7 equals 49 times 7. 9 times 7 is 63. This is 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 34 inches cubed. All right, there you have it. And next problem. Lance bought 32 cartons of eggs for his restaurant, which specializes in breakfast sandwiches. Each carton holds 12 eggs. How many eggs did he purchase? Lance bought 32 cartons of eggs for his restaurant, and each carton holds 12 eggs. So this means we're going to multiply 32 times 12. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Add a 0 as a placeholder. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 plus 0 is 4. 6 plus 2 is 8. Nothing plus 3 is 3. So we have 384 eggs. Question 10. Tracy would like to go on a cruise. The cruise she would like to go on costs $2,975. She decided to save her money from her 2 summer jobs. She worked as a lifeguard during the day for 12 weeks and saved $225 a week. Then at night, she worked at a restaurant for 7 weeks. There she saved $115 a week. If she combines her money from both jobs, how much money will she have? Let's start by figuring out how much money she will have from her lifeguarding job. We know that she earns $225 every week, and she worked for 12 weeks. So we're going to multiply 225 times 12. 2 times 5 equals 10, carry the 1. 2 times 2 equals 4, plus 1 equals 5. 2 times 2 equals 4. Cross out the 2, add a 0 as a placeholder. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. Add 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. Plus 2 is 7. 2 plus nothing is 2. So she earned $2,700 for her lifeguard job. Now for the restaurant job. She worked for 7 weeks and earned $115 a week. So we're going to multiply 115 times 7. 7 times 5 is 35. carry the 3. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10, carry the 1. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. So she earned $805. Now it's time to add both of those together to see how much she has in all. Zero plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 0 is 0. 7 plus 8 is 15, carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. So she has $3,505. Write it down here, $3,505. Moving on. B, will she have enough money to go on the cruise? Show all of your work and explain your answer. The cruise costs $2,975. She has $3,505, so we're going to subtract $2,975. And we actually don't need to subtract. We could just compare. Is $3,505 larger than $2,975? And the answer is yes. So because this is what she has is a larger number than what she needs, then she has enough money. We're going to take it a step further and we're going to find out how much extra money she has. To do that, we're going to subtract. 5 take away 5 is 0. We cannot have 0 and take away 7, so we're going to borrow from the 5 and make it a 4. We borrowed a 1. 10 take away 7 equals 3. We cannot have 4 and take away 9, so we're going to borrow from the 3 and make it a 2. And the 1 makes the 4 a 14. 14 take away 9 equals 5. So she will have $530 extra, so she can use that for extra spending money on her cruise. So yes. Okay. So she has $3,505, which is greater than $2,975. So she has enough money to go on the cruise. When we find the difference, it is $530 extra. All right, so that's a good amount to go on the trip. She's well prepared. Well done. Question number 12. What is the prime factorization without using exponents of 24? Draw a factor tree to show your work. All right, so again, the factor tree might look different, but at the end, the factor string should be the same. All right, so we have 24. Now, I'm going to just start with 2's because at the end, there's going to be a lot of 2's. So I'm going to do 2 times 12. And then I'm going to do 2 times 6. And then I'm going to do 2 times 3. So we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Write the prime factorization using of 24 using exponents. All right, so it would be the same tree. But now we would just write 2 to the third power times 3. And again, for multiplication, you can use a dot or you can use an X. And just, you might want to double check. So let's just double check. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So always check your math just to make sure. All right, moving on. Question number 13. What is the prime factorization without using exponents of 600? Draw a factor tree to show your work. All right, so we have 600. Now I do like to separate the 100 first. 106. All right, so here we have 2 times 3. And then I can do 2 times 50. And then I can do 2 times 25. And then I can do 5 times 5. Again, I like to write my factors, my prime factors, in order from least to greatest. So I have 1, 2, 3 number 2s. Okay, I have a 3. And then I have 2 5s. All right, write the prime factorization of 60 using exponents. All right, so we have the same tree. And now I would write 2 to the third power times 3 times 5 to the second power. All right, and I'm actually going to rewrite that because I know my little video thing is there. So let's rewrite that again. All right, so we have 2 to the third power times 3 times 5 to the second power. All right, moving on. Okay, multiple choice. Actually, this doesn't look like multiple choice, so we should probably get rid of that. A Ferris wheel completes a rotation in 53 seconds. How many seconds in all would it take to complete 13 rotations? So it goes around one time in 53 seconds. How many seconds would it take to go around 13 times? Well, we're going to do 53 times 13. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 5 is 15. Cross off the 3, add a 0 as a placeholder. 1 times 3 equals 3. 1 times 5 equals 5. We add 9 plus 0 equals 9. 5 plus 3 equals 8. 1 plus 5 equals 6. So the answer is 689 seconds. "15. The visiting teams section of the college football stadium has 58 rows in all. If each row consists of 195 seats, calculate the total number of seats available for the visiting team's spectators." So each row has 195 seats and there are 58 rows. So we're going to multiply to see how many seats there are in all. 8 times 5 is 40, carry the 4. 8 times 9 is 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, carry the 7. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 7 is 15. I'm done multiplying by the 8, so I can cross it off. I add 0 as a placeholder. 5 times 5 is 25, carry the 2. 5 times 9 is 45, 46, 47, carry the 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. We're going to add. 0 plus 0 is 0, 6 plus 5 is 11, carry the 1. 5 plus 7 is 12, plus 1 is 13, carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 1 is 11. I move over 3 spaces and I put a comma. There are 11,310 seats. So this is a very large stadium because remember, this is just for the visiting team. So there's going to be even more seats than that. Question number 15. What is the value of 7 times 10 to the 4th power? We're going to solve this 2 different ways. 7 times 10 to the 4th power. 10 to the 4th power is a 1 with 4 zeros. Okay, times 7. We can do this mentally. We just multiply 7 times 1, and then we add 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Okay, and then we can add a comma, so that would be 70,000. Another way to look at this would be when you multiply by a power of 10, that's positive, it tells you to move the decimal point over 4 spaces to the right. 7 is a whole number, so the decimal point would be at the end, and we move the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to the right. And again, you would still get 70,000 as your answer. Question 16. What is the prime factorization for 63 using exponents? All right, for 63, I'm going to write 63, which would be 7 times 9. 7 is a prime number. 9 equals 3 times 3, and those are both prime. So 63 would equal 3 times 3 times 7, or 3 squared times 7. So that would be my answer. This brings us to the conclusion of your Chapter 2 study guide for your test, and I wish you all the best.